everybody, welcome back. This is Miss Faye and this is my world. Okay, let's talk about why you should not date selfish men. Okay, selfish men. Now, before we get started, I want to say welcome. Welcome to the channel. I really appreciate you being here. And I hope that I can say something in this message that can help to improve your life. All right, we're going to talk about why you shouldn't date selfish men. And today's message was inspired by a letter that I got. And I want to say, on this channel, I will answer your questions. So for those of you who have questions that you would like for me to answer, whether through the email or on the air, at the end of this video, I will show you a link where you can send your questions. Okay, so now let's get started with this. The first letter is from this young lady. Okay, she wants to share her experience with us. My boyfriend arranged a birthday dinner with his daughter and partner at an expensive restaurant of her choice. At the restaurant, my partner encouraged his daughter to order anything she wanted. Money was not an option. They ordered appetizers and drinks and meals for everyone's choice. At the end of the evening, my boyfriend hands me the bill and says, "I do not have my wallet with me." I really felt he forgot his wallet on purpose. He showed no remorse or apologies. I think you're being set up. Right here, it looks like you're being set up. His daughter heard him and was questioning whether he was going to pay me back, and he said yes, he would. The bill was over $400. That's when I would have picked up my bag and walked out the restaurant. If he expected me to pay this bill, I would have walked out. Well, I was taken by surprise and did not like being put on the spot like that at the restaurant in front of his daughter. I wouldn't care who was there. He wouldn't have never pulled this trick on me. It took me months afterwards to get paid back. I would keep reminding him, and he said he would. But he kept forgetting to pay me. He didn't intend to pay you. That's what it was. He didn't intend to pay you. I was in a 3-year relationship with this man. Okay, all right. You were in a 3-year relationship with this man, and apparently he knew that you could afford the bill. And he intended on you paying. You see, you got caught in a trick. He played a trick on you. You see, you didn't say if you're still with this man or not. But if he's pulling these kind of shenanigans, how can you trust him? How can you trust him? But I tell you, if it were me, he would have one time to pull it. And I tell you, I would have picked, when that bill came and he showed me the bill and told me he left his wallet, I would have picked up my bag and walked right out of that restaurant. He made the reservations, not you. Not you. You just an innocent bystander. And you don't owe him anything. You see, he took advantage of your relationship to pay for this dinner that he wanted to look like the big man in front of his daughter and I guess his partner. I wouldn't have paid it. I'd have left him holding the bag. Him and his partner could have figured that out. Or his daughter. I would not have done. This is not your husband or anything. Just your boyfriend is pulling something like this on you. No, I would not entertain any nonsense like that. You see? So if it ever happens to you again, now you know what to do. No, I wouldn't have paid that bill. Mm-mm. 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 I would have walked out of that restaurant and left him sitting there to figure it out. That's what you should have done with him. Because these men will try all kind of tricks on you. You see, he knew that you could handle a bill, so he let you handle it, and then he pay you as you go. See, men like this feel like, because they're in a relationship with you or whatever, that is your responsibility to take up the slack when he can't. It's not. It's not. He shouldn't have put himself out there if he knew he could not afford it. You see, any grown-up man that's going to make arrangements at a restaurant to go for dinner and all of that, he should already be counting his coins to make sure he can afford it. Not drag along his girlfriend knowing that she can take up the slack when he can't. No, ladies, don't do it. If you ever find yourself in a situation like this, you pick up your bag and you leave. That's his responsibility to work it out, not yours. And don't worry about him leaving you, because you can already see that he's out about taking advantage of you anyway. Taking advantage of you anyway. It's not your responsibility to pay for dates, period. Now he's got you paying for dates with his daughter, his partner, or whoever, and telling people just to order what you want. Or he knew he didn't have no money when he came to the restaurant, but he knew that you did. You see, he totally used you on that one. He used you on that one. But don't let it happen again. Don't ever let this happen again. If a man invites you out to an event, whether he's your boyfriend or whoever, and you believe that he left his wallet, I don't know why you believe that. I tell you, I did go on a date with a guy one time. And on the date, if I ordered anything, it was a glass of wine. And, he ordered meal or whatever he did. And I think it came to about $25 or something like that. And then now he's checking or whatever. He doesn't have his wallet. You see, he doesn't have his wallet. So now, okay, now I am just starting with this man, and this is the lesson I learned. That's why I'm telling you. Just starting with this man. So okay, so I reach in my pocket and I pay the bill, $25. Whatever it was. Okay. Now, we find his wallet later, like the next day. We find his wallet. So now he's now at the restaurant. He said, "Oh, I'll give it back to you," right? But the next day after we found his wallet, he never mentioned it. I never got that money back. You see, he felt entitled to it. He felt entitled. Don't do it, ladies. I got caught that one time. I won't get caught again. And I probably paid it because he was my transportation home. He was my transportation home. You see? But with you, with this $400 bill that you paid, you could have called the Uber or whatever. You see? That's what I would do next time. I'm not going to pay a bill for a man just because he say he lost his wallet. That's too bad. You're a grown man. You figure it out. You figure it out. It is not your responsibility. You see, sometimes I think these men just do it just to see if you'll pay. And then they'll be looking for you to pay from now on. You'll never get out of paying when you're with him. So this is my advice to you. You just told me your story, but I'm going to give you some advice. You got caught up in a trick bag. That's what you did, just like I did. Don't let it happen again. You see, if you go out with a man and he claims he lost his wallet or he forgot his wallet, you pick up yours and you leave him to figure it out on his own. Even if you got to call a taxi or Uber to get home or whatever, you leave him hanging. And he will know not to ever play that trick again. You understand? You understand? I don't care if he left it at home or not. He is supposed to be responsible for providing for you. You understand? So if he is responsible for providing for you, then he should know that he's going to need his wallet for that. You understand? Don't go for it, ladies. Don't pay. Don't go for it. If a man invites you out and the bill comes and he say 50-50, you could tell him, like in another video I said, I am not in the habit of paying for dates. You see? And if he doesn't want to deal with that, you pick up your bag and leave. You didn't make the reservations there. You understand? That's on him. I would just say, excuse me, and I would pick up my bag and walk right out the door. And leave him hanging. Understand? Don't allow these men to take advantage of you. Because they will. They will. They don't want to pay. They don't want to pay for anything. And if they can get you to do it, they're happy about that. Okay? So now let's go on to another letter here. Okay? And I hope that you understood what I'm trying to tell you here. If he left his wallet, and if you believe that he left his wallet, it is still not your responsibility to pay. This man right here, you still looking for your $400 back. Don't do it. I wouldn't have ever done that. Understand? Don't ever do that again. Okay. Let's see in this next letter. I'm dating a 65-year-old man and I'm 12 years younger. After 3 months of dating, he seems to be selfish when having sex. He'll release himself very quickly without me being satisfied. He makes no arrangement or effort to make sure that I get pleasure because he believes it's all about him and not about you. There's a lot of men out here like that. They're out for their own pleasure and gain at the expense of women. No. Let's see what else you say here. I even mentioned to him about pleasing me orally. He still doesn't perform well. Yeah, because he don't want to do it. That's why he doesn't perform well. He doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to satisfy you at all. He doesn't care if you're pleased sexually with him. He really doesn't care. Finally, I ordered a sex toy online with him paying for it. He's now feeling some kind of way. Should I keep working on this relationship or should I separate now rather than later? I think you should leave him. If he is not satisfying you sexually, and I guess since that's what you talked about in the letter, I suppose that this is very important to you. If he is not satisfying you sexually, you need to leave him. I tell you, probably get more satisfaction out of the toy anyway. You understand? So, no, you got your toy. Let him go. And we're just talking on sex end. You didn't talk about, is he providing for you? Is he loving you in other ways or whatever? You didn't say that in the letter. We just focused in on the sex part. Okay, now, I pulled a little video for us to watch about the selfish lover. So let's look at it and then we'll talk some more about this letter. Okay, here we go.
Sex and intimacy. Is sex important in a relationship? Is intimacy important? Well, of course it is. There's even a saying that good sex is 10% of a relationship, while bad sex ruins 90% of a relationship. So, are you in love with a selfish lover? You probably know the signs if you are. He only wants it whenever he's in the mood, foreplay is very little to non-existent, and whenever he finishes, game is over, there's rarely any afterplay, and you can't even remember the last time you were fully satisfied. Well, look, if this is you, maybe it's time to talk, because sex isn't just about pleasure. It's a very good barometer of a relationship, and sex is about receiving, giving, and matching, just like how a relationship works. It takes two to have sex, just like it takes two to mingle in a relationship. Well, the cause of bad sex? Laziness, ego, or simply other partners in his life haven't held him accountable.
If a man is not satisfying you sexually, you need to leave him. He's never going to change. That's it. That's all he's ever going to give you. And if he cannot please you orally, it's a waste of your time. No. No. I tell you, there are plenty of men out here who love oral sex. Who love it. You don't need to put up with a man who he'll act like, he just doing it, but he doesn't enjoy it. You want somebody who actually enjoys it. You understand? And this way, you can enjoy it. But not a man who you can feel that he doesn't want to do it. There's no pleasure in that. This man is not interested in pleasing you. It's not about you at all. It's all about him. He's never going to change. I say, if you want to be pleased sexually, you need to leave him and enjoy your toy in the meanwhile. Enjoy your toy in the meanwhile. You understand? I would not waste another day on him. Tell him it's over. And tell him why. I know, I'm going to tell you, I've had that experience too. Where a man told me, I just don't feel comfortable doing that. Well, he felt comfortable with me doing him. You understand? So I said, get out. That's it. It's over. No, I'm not going to accept that. If I care enough about you to please you, then you need to care enough about me to please me. And if that's not happening, I don't need you. I let him go. And he was a tall, handsome, good-looking man. I let him walk right out the door because it's about me. It's about me. And this lady that wrote this letter, it should be about you too. Don't let these men just come and tell you anything and treat you any kind of way and just leave you hanging. Here you are making sure that he's satisfied, and then for you, he just rolls over and goes to sleep. Now, forget that. Let him go. You don't need him. And I'm going to tell you, you enjoy your little sex toys because they're making them pretty good these days. They are making them pretty good these days. And I tell you, take your time choosing another mate. Take your time with it. These things can be talked about before you even get engaged in it. You can talk about it. Once you're getting to know the person, because you're going to take your time. Don't jump into another relationship because this one didn't turn out. Take your time. The next man that approaches you during your dating time, when you are just getting to know him, and don't be so quick to run to the sex. Talk about it first. See what he likes. Let him know what you like. See if he's on board with that. You understand? See if he's got experience with that. You understand? You can know a lot of things if you take your time in the dating stage. And dating doesn't mean having sex right away. You see, a lot of people, they have sex to see if the sex is going to be good and try to build a relationship on that. No. That's a faulty foundation. It's a faulty foundation. Get to know the person, you see, before you engage with them in the sexual experience. Now, let me say this. If a man is interested in pleasing you, he's willing to learn how to please you. You see, not all men have experienced it, and not all men are good at it or whatever. But you know what I say? I say practice makes perfect. That's what I say. And if the man cares enough about you, then he'll be willing to practice to make it perfect for you. You understand? There's a difference in a man just going through the motions just so you can say that he went through the motions. No. No. That's not going to work. You want a man who enjoys it. Who enjoys pleasing you. That's what you want. And there are men out here that do. There are men that do. You just need to be patient until that right man comes along. And this man is not it. He doesn't like to do it. And he's never going to try to improve his performance. You see? You see? Good sex is learned behavior. It's learned behavior. And, practice. You got to practice. But you got to have your heart in it. You got to want to please your partner. You see? So, ladies, if your partner is not satisfying you sexually, I say let him go. Let him go. If the sexual experience is important to you and you're not getting satisfied, why are you still dealing with him? Do not stay with a person out of fear of the unknown. Fear that if you let him go, nobody else is going to come. You understand? Men are just like buses. You see, if you miss one bus, just be patient. Another one will be coming. And another one will be coming. So don't ever feel like that this is your last chance, and and if you let him go, you're gonna be alone and all that. I tell you another thing, being alone is a blessing. Being alone is a blessing. It'll help you to really know yourself and to know what you will tolerate and what you won't. And you discover all that in being by yourself. So don't be afraid to be by yourself. But as far as this selfish lover is concerned, let him go. You don't need that. You don't need that. There are plenty of men out here who love pleasing a woman. So just take your time. Okay? Just take your time. All right, we got another letter here. And this one is not really about the selfish lover, but it's about mothers. And she says, how are these women raising these men that they turn out having no respect for women, treat women less than human beings? Well, I don't blame the women for that. And I wouldn't blame mothers for that. Mothers do the best they can. Mothers do what they know. You see, if a mother was raised in a toxic or dysfunctional environment, that's all she got to give to her son. Unless she's healed from that. That's all she's got to give. You see? So you don't blame the mothers, because there are a lot of reasons why sons turn out the way that they do. Now, some sons had great mothers growing up. Great mothers. But as they matured and they listened to information about the man being a high-value man or being a simp or being a whatever, then they decide in their own right what kind of man they want to be. You can't blame the mother. The mother did the best she could to raise a healthy, respectful man. Most mothers have this in mind when they're raising their sons. You see, now, like I said, some mothers, because, they were raised in a dysfunctional home, or, they're living in a dysfunctional home or whatever, but they still give what they can to their sons. But now when you come in contact with a son that's not treating you with respect, you have free will. Don't engage with him. These are not all men. You just happen to run into a lot of them that are disrespectful. That's all. And my advice to you, if you're running into these kind of men, is to raise your vibration so you won't. You won't. Because, and this is a hard pill to swallow, but like energy attracts like energy. So if you are attracting disrespectful people in your life, you need to raise your vibration above that toxicity. Raise it. Raise it by going inside yourself and finding peace. Finding your peace and loving yourself. These things help you to raise your vibration. You love yourself more, and you do not tolerate disrespect from anyone. From anyone. You see, these are things that show that you value yourself. You see, you don't allow men to treat you any kind of way. In fact, you don't even associate with those type of men. Period. You understand? So, I would not blame the mothers for the way that men are turning out today. It's the way that things are in the environment. It's so much evil in the world that's tearing the family unit apart, teaching men to disrespect women, teaching men that women need to be submissive to them, which they are the prize, you see, and they can treat you any way they want. But you need to know where the prize really is. The prize is really in you. Really in you. And no matter what kind of men are out there, if you love yourself, raise your vibration, you will attract respectful men. Respectful men. And if you happen to meet somebody who's disrespectful in any way, you'll walk away from them. Period. You will walk away from them. Do not allow disrespect in your life. Because if you do, you will get more of it. It's an energy thing. You'll get more of what you accept in your life. So if you reject it, then you won't get as much of it, and after a while you won't get any of it. You see, it's growth. It's about growth. And it's about raising your aura, raising your frequency to a more positive energy. You see? And this way, all those negative energies will pass you by. So for this letter, no, I wouldn't blame mothers because of the way that their sons are turning out. It's a lot of influences out here that can turn men around. So no, don't go all the way back and try to blame mothers for the way that they're raising their sons. Okay, I wouldn't do that. I would look at society and all the influences out here that are changing our men. That's why I encourage women to take care of yourself, to love yourself. You see, love yourself and don't go out here looking for men. Allow men to approach you. You see, and don't tolerate any disrespect from them, period. Period. Do not be afraid to let them go. You see, women, we are the intelligent one in the species. We are. And we need to teach men how to treat us. And the only way to do that is not to tolerate their antics. Period. Don't tolerate it. Don't tolerate it. You see? And they will be forced to change if they want us. That's the way to do it. So, you have free will. It's up to you. It's up to you. It's your choice. But if you want to be happier, do not allow a man to disrespect you in any way, shape, or fashion. Okay? So, here we go. Now, for those of you who'd like to send in your letters, here it is. Send it in to MissFaye'sWorld@hotmail.com. MissFaye'sWorld@hotmail.com. And I will either answer your letter directly through the email, or if I feel like it's something that can benefit the collective, I will respond on the air, just like here. Now, if you send in a letter and you want me to respond through the email privately, just put it at the top of the letter, and I will comply. And keep your letter to one page, Try to keep it to one page. Just give me a brief summary of the situation and ask your question. You see, it just helps to keep things moving. And those of you who have sent your questions in, just be patient. Your answer will be coming. And I have been trying to let you know when your response will air. I've been trying to send you an email to let you know. So don't be thrown off by the title of the video. If I say your response is within this video, then look at the whole video and you'll find your response there. Okay? So I hope that clears it up for everybody. I thank you so much for supporting this channel. I thank you for your comments. Just keep them coming. It lets me know how you feel about these messages. Okay? And thank you for your donations. I appreciate it so very much. So be well. I wish you all the very best. And I hope to see you next time.